Tonight at 6, hundreds of Valley parents continue to call and email lawmakers, all to keep a teen suicide prevention bill on the table.
If you hear this at all, please, for the sake of beginning to save lives and to change the tide in Arizona on suicide, please hear this bill.
The bill, now called the Mitch Warnock Act, after a Valley teen who committed suicide, will require teachers to take 2 hours of suicide training to help detect when a student is in trouble.
But the question now, will this move get anywhere? Mary Ellen Resendez is explaining what this bill is about and why parents want it heard.
These are the faces of Arizona's kids lost to suicide. They were involved, accomplished, had friends, and they had families, now left behind in pain.
I miss everything about him.
For Tim Warnock, the teen prevention suicide bill is personal, named the Mitch Warnock Act after his own son, a top pole vaulter in the nation who took his own life.
You're supposed to have your son admire you. My son was one of the greatest men I've ever met, not just because of what he was overcoming, but because who he was.
Tim says Mitch was never the same after a close friend of his shot himself on Corona del Sol High School's campus.
It had some major signs that something was wrong, but suicide was not completely on our radar yet.
Experts say the suicide among the young in Arizona has jumped 85% in the last decade, which is why dozens of Valley parents are now pushing for a bill that will require teachers to use 2 existing training hours in order to spot the signs of suicide. But opponents argue it's not their job.
This bill does not ask teachers to really do anything other than be present in their classrooms and to be able to say, you know, you just look a little different than you did yesterday.
Late this week, the chairman of the Senate Health Committee, Senator Nancy Bardo, said she's undecided on whether to hear the bill.
It continues to be a crisis and it's not looked at.
Parents now pushing a letter and call-in campaign, hoping to revive the bill meant to prevent the loss of faces like these.
I'm not done. If this bill goes down this year, I'm not done.
In Phoenix, Mary Ellen Resendez, ABC 15, Arizona.
Mary Ellen